Hello students, this is this video will tell you about the quadratic equations for the beginners, specifically for grade 9 mathematics in Ethiopian context. And my name is David. Okay, the last one, G. Let us find for G. For G, ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. There is a quadratic equation. You know that quadratic equation formula. If it is all elements a, b, and c are elements of real numbers, and if a is different from 0, there is a quadratic equation that becomes x is equal to the negative of b plus or minus square root of, right, b square minus 4ac over 2a. How this quadratic equation is such type, or how could we derive the quadratic equation formula? Where don't forget that b is the coefficient, this one, right, the coefficient of x, c is the constant term, and a is the coefficient of x square. How this quadratic equation derived? First, in order to solve such kind of statement using the completing square method, first we have to divide all the numbers by a. Look, don't forget this formula, okay? Let's divide all the numbers by a. This means divided by a. In order, we have to make it the coefficient of x square is 1. Okay, this is the way of make quadratic equation formula. Over a, right? Over a. So from this it's cancelled and it becomes what? X square plus b over a x plus c over a is equal to, becomes what? 0. So to use quadratic or completing square method, you have to bring this constant term to the right side. So this becomes x square plus b over a x is equal to minus c over a. Bring it c over a to the right side and make it was negative. So in order to make it completing square method, for example, let's say you know this for a plus b the whole square can be written as ax square plus twice of ab, right, plus b square. So you see this number 2. So we have to divide the coefficient of x b over a by half, or by 2. We have to divide it by 2. b over a divided by 2, let's bring it over. B over a divided by 2 means b over a times 1 over 2. This means b over 2a. So we have to make, we can make it b over 2a. So from this, let's bring it over here. X square plus b over a x. Half of this is how much? B over 2a, right? Then square it, okay? Square it. B over 2a square. You added b over 2a square on the left side of the equation, right? So equal to minus c over a plus b over 2a. There is a transformation rule says if you add the same number in both sides of the equation, the phase of or the equation remains true. Equation remains true. So from this, so this one is square, right? And this was, if you make it what, 2 times over 2a, yes, look, 2 times b over 2a. So it can be written as just, or it can be decomposed just like this one, right? X square plus 2ab plus b square, right? This is similar with this one. So finally we can make it just like this: x, right, plus b over 2a, right, the whole square. If you square it this one, you'll get this, equal to actually this must be square first, minus or b square over the square of 2a is 4a, right? 4a square minus c over a. this is equivalent to, the same is true, x plus b over 2a, right, the whole square, right, the whole square, equal to the, we can add this one, or we can simplify this one, b square minus c over a, the LCM of a for a square, and a is for a square, right? So you can multiply or you can divide this statement by this one, is 4a times how much, c over 4a square. The reason why I make it over 4a is just you can add or subtract the fractions after you change the denominators into LCM. So this equivalent to b square minus 4ac over 4a square. Now we are finding x, right? Take the square root of both sides. Take the square root of both sides. So from this, right, we can make it x plus b over 2a is equal to plus or minus value of this one, right? Square root of b square, right? b square minus 4ac over this square works for the upper part of the fraction as well as for the lower part of the fraction, but this can be taken up from the radical since a is a constant number. So we can make it what the square root of a is, the square root of 4 is 2, and the square root of a square is, can make it what, a, there is a plus or minus. So we are finding for what, x, right? So x is equal to, bring it, this one is minus b over 2a, right, plus or minus this value, square root of, yes, b square minus 4ac over 2a. Now we have the same denominator, right? So this means x is equal to, right, the negative of b, right, plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac all over 2a. This is the way of becoming equation of quadratic equation. This is the way. Okay, there is special conditions for this type of quadratic equation. Have solution, one solution, two solution, or totally no solution. How it becomes no solution? After we holding, don't forget that this formula, look over here, for this kind of function, x is equal to the negative of plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. The first case, case 1, right? Case 1. What will happen if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0? If this value has positive values, this square root becomes what? This root becomes two solutions, the negative value and the positive value. So this equation will have how many solutions? Two solutions. It will have two solutions. If this one, okay, if b square minus 4ac greater than 0, the solution is the system, or the equation has two solutions. That means the negative of b plus or minus square root of b square minus ac over 2a type, which means plus and or minus. The case 2, if b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, if this value equal to 0, these roots will have exactly one root, which is 0, right? Therefore the system has, yes, equation has only one solution, that is minus b over 2a. That is only minus b over 2a. If case 3, what will happen if b square minus 4ac is less than 0? Inside radical, from your previous lesson, if we say what radical x, this x should be greater than or equal to 0, which means the number inside the radical must be positive real number or just 0. It never be negative. So if b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, meaning it becomes negative, the system has no solution. It has no solution. Totally, there is no solution. This is the way of solving quadratic equation, having x squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0 for the coefficients are positive real numbers. Okay, for h, these are makes what unique. I will tell you the hints, then you will finish it. Okay, you will finish it by yourself. This means x to the power of 4 minus 7x squared plus 10 is equal to 0. We have learned this exponent should be 2 and this should be 1, but in this context this becomes what, 4, right? So we can decompose just like this: x squared, right, the power of 2 possible, minus 7x squared plus 10 is equal to 0. We can take this number or x squared as a variable. Let x squared is equal to y first. We can take just like this. So finally this becomes what, right? Instead of x squared, just substitute y squared, y squared minus 7x. Instead of x squared over here is 7y, right? Plus 10 is equal to 0. Find two numbers, their sum is 10, their product is 10 and their sum is negative 7. That are negative 5 and negative 2. Minus 5y minus 2y plus 10 is equal to how much? 0. It's equal to 0. Factorize using by group. Y into y minus 5, right, minus 2 into y minus 5 is equal to 0. Y minus 5 is a common factor for both expressions. Y minus 5 times y minus 2 is equal to 0. So from this, y is equal to 5 or y is equal to how much? 2. But we didn't finish it. We have to go back to this one. So from this, either x squared, yes, is equal to 5 or x squared is equal to how much? 2. We can make it. Take the square root of both sides, right, again. So x is equal to negative 5 or we can make the plus or minus value of this one, or 5, simply 5. For this one is, or in other words, x, you take the square root of both sides again, the plus or minus root of 2, x equal to actually this one is radical, right? Radical, the square root of this one value, x, the square root, the positive root of 2, and or x is equal to the negative root of 2, So finally we can put the solution set should be, yes, solution set should be the negative root of root 5, comma, the negative root of 2, comma, the root of positive root of 2, and finally the positive root of 5. So we can make it just like this. So if you put the value of x by either of all those 4 options, this equation becomes true. This equation becomes true. Okay. The other type for this one is for question number 2. If 1 and 4 are roots of x squared plus x plus b is equal to 0, then find the value of a and b. Our solutions are 1 and 4. Yes, just a matter of substitution. So if you substitute 1 by x, so the solution should be 1 squared plus a times 1 plus b is equal to 0, 1. This is, let us simplify first. 1 plus a plus b is equal to 0. This means a plus b is equal to minus 1. This is, let me say, this is equation 1. The other one is substitute the value of x by 4. So this becomes 4 squared. This is for Roman number 1. This is Roman number 2. 4 squared plus a times 4 plus b is equal to how much? 0. So this means 16, right? Plus 4a plus b is equal to how much? 0. This means 4a plus b is equal to minus 16. This is the second equation. We have two variables and two equations, two different equations. So let me subtract equation 1 from equation 2. Yes, let's subtract this equation from this one. This means 4a plus b is equal to minus 16 minus, right, a plus b, right, is equal to minus 1. 4a minus a is, right, let's subtract 4a minus a is 3a. Yes, b minus b is 0, right, minus 16 minus of minus plus 1, right, it becomes what, minus 5, or let me make this one is minus, okay, let me make it minus 15. So divided both sides by 3, so a is equivalent to minus 5. We get it to a. You can substitute one of the value of a either this way or this way or this one, equation 1 or equation 2. So in equation 1, if you make it what, minus 5 plus b is equal to minus 1, so b is equal to divided both by 3, a is equal to minus 5. Substitute the value of a in minus 5 in equation 1 or equation 2. So I am going to substitute in equation 1. So minus 5 plus b is equal to how much? 1, minus 1. So from this, b is equal to minus 1 plus 5. B is equal to how much? 4. B, the value of b is how much? 4. So the equation finally becomes what? A is how much? X squared plus a is, we get it was minus 5, right? Minus 5x plus b is how much? 4, right? 4 is equal to 0. This simple like that. X squared minus 5x plus 4 is equal to 0. We'll have a solution of x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 4. X is equal to 4. Okay, there is a third example that is related with quadratic equation again. If ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0 has roots of 1 and negative 1 over 4, then find the values of a, b, and c from this quadratic equation. Right? X squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0 has roots of 1. This is, let's say, we will root 1 and root 2. Previously we have said if b squared, right, if b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, the equation has two solutions. Okay, two solutions. That is, you can use r1 and let's say r2. There is White's theorem says what, if r1 plus r2 is equal to the negative of b over a. Yes, the sum of two roots equal to the negative of b over a, and the product of the roots is equal to c over a. It will come, it says theorem, you can refer by your own. So to solve this one, we have two roots, right? r1 is 1, r2 is minus 1 over 4. So r1 times r2 must becomes what? The negative of minus b over a. So let me bring it over here. So ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0 means divides all the numbers by a first, because we have to make it, or we have to make the coefficient is 0. So this becomes 1. Finally, x squared plus b over a x plus c over a is equal to 0, because we are writing the equation in the form of this one. So this can be written as x squared minus the negative of b over a, right? It's possible, right? X plus c over a is equal to 0. What is the negative of, look, minus times minus is plus, nothing will change it, right? Plus c over a. What is the negative of b over a? Refers to what? The sum of the two roots. r1 is how much? 1, and r2 is minus 1 over 4. So from this, or we can put over here x squared minus b over here means, right, 1 plus minus 1 over 4, right, x plus c over a means r1 times r2, 1 times minus 1 over 4 is equal to how much? 0. Is equal to 0. Let's simplify it. So this means x square, right, minus 1 minus 1 over 4 means little bit over here. 1 minus 1 over 4 is taken over 1 here, so 4 minus 1 over 4, which means is equal to 3 over 4, right? 3 over 4 x minus 1 times minus 1 over 4 is 1 over 4, right, is equal to 0. Since the number a and b and c are just are any natural number, which maybe what's natural or whole number, just let me multiply all sides by 4. It will multiply by 4. So finally will becomes what? 4x square minus, if you multiply this number by 4, you will left only minus 3x, right? 3x minus 1 is equal to how much? 0. If you multiply minus 1 over 4 by 4, you will get only 1, which is equivalent to ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Look, a is equal to how much? 4. b is equivalent to how much? The coefficient of x, right? Minus 3. And c is equivalent to the constant term. How much is it? Minus 1. These are our solutions, right? A is equal to how much? 4. So the equation becomes yes 4x square minus 3x, right? 3x minus 1 is equal to how much? Becomes is equal to 0. This is the way of solving, okay, the way of solutions. Okay, thank you for watching our videos. Please like, subscribe and touch the notification button if you in order to get the new videos, and share for your beloveds. Thank you very much.